Rev up your engines!
Valor, and he said, "Hey Scotty, what do you think of a 2003 Nissan Pathfinder? We need a cash car for my wife's commute to her new job and have a budget of $1,000. Any other recommendations?" Okay, $1,000 for a car these days is practically nothing. That's equivalent to, let's say, $100 when I was a young mechanic for a car. And you didn't get much for $100 unless you got lucky and got the neighbor's car or something that they were tired of it. Maybe it had some rust or something. I'm not a Nissan fan, but the 03s were okay. So if you find one and it runs good and the transmission shifts good and you don't see a bunch of oil leaking on the bottom, it could be an okay runaround vehicle for $1,000. Of course, I'd say try to find a Toyota Corolla or a Toyota Camry, but you're not going to really find a very good one for $1,000 in most cases. If you can, go right ahead, look for a Corolla or Camry. But if that thing's okay for $1,000, especially if you know the people and you know the history of the vehicle, it could be an okay commuting vehicle. Just don't put a lot of miles on it, because if you do, it'll wear out being 16 years old, and you didn't say how many miles it had on it. But on the other hand, let's say it's got 200,000 miles on it. Don't buy it then. That's too many miles. Dolphin Beck 50. Is it true that all maintenance must be done at a certified shop or dealer to keep the car warranty in effect? Because I've been changing my own car oil and such, and I'm worried. You have to read the warranty, of course. That's why I tell people I don't really believe in them, their insurance policies. But as long as you keep the receipts for your oil changes, that's legal. I've had customers here in Texas. They try to wheedle their way out of something. They proved that they had bought the oil filter and changed the oil themselves. That one particular customer I'm talking about, they actually hired a lawyer, and the lawyer said, no, they changed the oil, they got the receipts for that, and they ended up getting the stuff fixed under warranty. But who wants to get involved in that stuff in the first place? Stay away from most of those warranties. They're not worth the paper that they're printed on when it comes down to it. Chris JD, Scotty, I bought my wife an 06 Lexus ES, 155,000 miles, no repair history. Not sure if the timing belt was replaced. I looked at the outside, they're on crack. Should we replace it? I would replace it. It's got 155,000 miles, and they tell you to change it about every 100, and it's 13 years old. It's a very crucial part. And once you change it, then you're not going to have to think about it for 100,000 miles or 8-10 years, and have it done by a pro mechanic who knows what he's doing, because those V6 engines, they're well-built engines, but the cam that's on the passenger, that's very hard to set up. It's in a place where you can barely see the stupid thing. And the only way it can be done correctly with the professional mechanic who has a good set of cam lockers. When they take it apart, before they take the old belt off, they move it into position, and then they lock it with this cam locking tool. And if you don't have that tool, odds are when you put that belt back on, it'll slip a tooth or two and the car won't run right, and you'll be furious about it. So make sure you use a good mechanic who knows what he's doing. Cy says, Scotty, we're looking to buy a low mileage 2014 Toyota Corolla with standard transmission, but it spent time being flat-towed behind a motorhome. Can this create damage? Standard transmission, so you don't have to worry about it. An automatic transmission, you wouldn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, because they're not made for the wheel spinning and the engine not running to make the oil pump and automatic transmission go. But standard transmissions, they only have splash lubrication, so it just splashes as it spins around. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong. If they left tire all evenly, so it all rolled down fine, and you road test on it and it runs fine, don't worry about it in a standard. In my own personal experience, never buy one that's an automatic, even if they say, well, we disconnected the drive shaft. People can tell you all kinds of lies. But with a standard transmission, you don't have to worry about towing them. Call 97. My friend's 2010 CTS 3-liter has a high-pitched noise when you accelerate. It only lasts a few seconds, and there are vibrations in idle, and if you accelerate hard, the engine feels like it jumps forward. You want to pray it's not the transmissions. Those CTS had horrible transmissions. Have your friend find a mechanic like me who knows what he's doing, and we'd hook up our dealer level scan tool, take it for a road test, analyze the live data, the mode 6 data, and any historical codes. And you want to pray it's something like a bad ignition coil. A bad ignition coil will do that. And it's, 9 years old, the Cadillac, so those could go out. There's a lot of things it could be. You want to pray it's not the transmission going out, though, because that's the weak link of that CTS. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.